Most people don't quit because they're broken. They quit because they're comfortable. They hit a wall not of pain but of convenience. Tired becomes their finish line. Boredom becomes their excuse. But the truth, success isn't moved by moods. It doesn't wait for motivation. It only answers to one thing: action in the absence of comfort. When your mind screams enough, that's when you keep going. That's when the real shift happens, not when it's easy, but when every part of you wants to stop and you show up anyway. In the moments ahead, you're going to learn how to override resistance, silence your excuses, and forge a mindset that doesn't flinch when things get hard. If you're sick of starting over, then it's time to master what it means to finish. You're standing at a threshold. One path loops back into the ordinary, soft, safe, and familiar. The other, it demands more. It calls you into the unknown. It promises growth, pain, progress, and transformation. You can't evolve by staying where it's easy. You evolve by walking toward the fire. Everyone you admire stood where you are, afraid, uncertain, and tempted to turn back. But they chose differently. They chose forward, not because they were fearless, but because they were done living below their potential. Take Abraham Lincoln. His story wasn't a straight march to greatness. It was littered with defeat, lost elections, failed ventures, personal grief. He was told no more times than he could count, but he didn't stop. And that decision to keep moving through the darkness didn't just change his life. It altered the course of history. That power to choose again, it's in you. Success isn't built on brilliance. It's built on decision. You have to decide that you will not back down, not when it's painful, not when it's lonely, not when it seems like nothing is working. Every time you rise, you rewrite the story of who you are. Pain doesn't come to destroy. It comes to build. It's not the enemy. It's the forge. This is where your new chapter begins. Not in silence, not in safety, but in the storm. Decide today that you will not bow to comfort. Decide that your dreams are worth the fight. Decide that you are not broken. You're becoming. The world doesn't need more people retreating. It needs more people rising. Even if your legs shake, even if your voice trembles, even if you're walking alone, take the step. This is where everything changes. Know your why, or you'll lose your way. If you don't know exactly why you're moving forward, you won't. You'll get distracted. You'll get discouraged. You'll burn out. Purpose is the foundation. Without it, everything falls. You don't push through resistance with shallow intentions. You break barriers with conviction. Your why must be so deep, it burns brighter than the pain. Without purpose, discomfort feels unbearable. With purpose, that same discomfort becomes fuel. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't march through hostile streets because it felt good. He wasn't driven by applause. He moved forward because he was anchored. He knew exactly what he stood for. His dream wasn't a hope. It was a mission. That clarity turned resistance into firepower. Your mission must be just as clear. Ask yourself, what breaks your heart that you must change? What legacy demands to be lived through you? What truth keeps calling you back? No matter how far you drift, don't answer with fluff. Dig deep. Get honest. Once you know your purpose, write it down. Not in your mind, on paper. On your wall, in your journal. Keep it in front of you. Read it daily. Let it become your compass in chaos, your anchor in adversity, your armor when life throws punches. Motivation fades. Purpose endures. Purpose is not noise, it's direction. It won't shout, but it will steady you. When you feel like giving up, your why will remind you why you started. And if your purpose is clear enough, powerful enough, real enough, you'll walk through storms with your head held high. The world doesn't need more people chasing trends. It needs people who are moved by mission. Find yours. Guard it, feed it, and never let it go. Give your dream a spine. Set real goals. Dreams without structure are fantasies. They float, they fade, but when you assign your dreams deadlines, plans, and measurable steps, they become inevitable. A ship without a compass will drift. A dream without goals will die. But a dream with structure, that's a force of nature. The moon landing didn't happen in one leap. It began with a decision, followed by thousands of microsteps, calculations, timelines, milestones. Each one brought us closer. Your dream requires the same. So don't wait. Write your goals down. Today, make them visible. Don't say, I'll get in shape someday. Say, I'll lose 15 pounds by July. Don't say, I want to be successful. Say, I will build a business that earns $100K in the next 12 months. Specific, measurable, real. Break your goals into checkpoints. Mini wins that build momentum. Every milestone matters. Each small step is proof that you're becoming the person who finishes what they start. And when the dream feels distant, and it will, your goals will keep you steady. They'll give your mind a target, your heart a reason, and your will a foundation. Dream big, but build daily. Greatness isn't made in massive leaps. It's built in deliberate, relentless steps. Stand tall in the face of doubt. There will come a time when the crowd turn, when they doubt you, mock you, question your sanity. Sometimes the resistance is loud. Sometimes it's subtle, but it always arrives. Criticism isn't the enemy. It's the test. Galileo stared through his telescope and told the world we were wrong. He was met with outrage, silenced, condemned. But truth has a way of outlasting noise. Today he is remembered. His critics are not. Einstein shattered the laws of physics as we knew them. They laughed until they didn't. You must be unshakable in your vision. The doubt of others often reflects their limitations, not your potential. When someone can't see what you see, it doesn't mean your vision is wrong. It just means it's bigger than their lens. Welcome constructive feedback. It sharpens you. But destructive doubt, discard it. It seeks only to derail you. Your mission is not to be understood. It is to be fulfilled. In time, your results will silence every critic. Your success will outlast their skepticism. So stand your ground. Keep building. Let your life become the answer. Adapt or be left behind. You may have started your journey with a clear path in mind, but life doesn't always cooperate. Roads twist, markets change, plans crumble. The ones who make it are not the most rigid. They are the most adaptable. Adaptability isn't weakness. It's intelligence. Dwight D. Eisenhower didn't lead by clinging to old methods. He moved with the times. He balanced military strategy, infrastructure development, economic policy, and civil tension with precision. He didn't panic. He pivoted. You must do the same. Your principles stay. Your methods evolve. If something isn't working, shift. Don't die on a hill that no longer serves your growth. The world won't wait for you to catch up. It moves. So must you. Be willing to unlearn, to reinvent, to approach old goals with new tactics. The stubborn will fall. The flexible will rise. Resilience isn't about refusing to bend. It's about knowing when to bend and when to strike. Stay anchored in purpose, but fluid in strategy. That's how you endure. Step into the unknown with certainty. The future doesn't ask for your permission. It arrives unannounced, indifferent to your plans. In a world shaped by unpredictability, your truest power lies not in knowing what's coming, but in how you respond. Adaptability isn't a skill, it's your superpower. It's what sets you apart in a sea of rigidity and hesitation. While others resist change and fall behind, you lean in, adjust your sails, and find the wind. Think of life as a river. It never flows the same way twice. The rigid break, but the flexible bend and continue. The most successful among us are not the strongest. They are the most adaptable. They see change not as chaos, but as a call to rise. If you master the ability to shift with grace, to pivot with strength, you won't just keep up. You'll shape the very world that others struggle to understand. Challenges will come. That's a guarantee. But you won't be shattered by them. You'll become the one who builds bridges out of broken pieces. You'll transform trials into triumphs. This mindset turns fear into fuel. It is the quiet confidence of someone who knows no matter what happens, I will find a way. Build a foundation of unshakable self-belief. Self-belief is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the silent engine that drives every action, every decision, and every victory. Without it, your steps will falter Your dreams will shrink, and your confidence will erode under the weight of doubt. But when you carry belief deep in your bones, the world feels different. You speak differently. You move with authority. You stop asking for permission and start claiming your place. This is not about arrogance. It's about alignment. Muhammad Ali didn't wait for the world to anoint him. He declared his greatness long before the world accepted it. That wasn't ego. It was vision. He saw what he was becoming, and he spoke it into reality. You must do the same. Every word you say about yourself becomes a command to your subconscious. Speak weakness, and you'll shrink. Speak strength, and you'll rise. Begin each day by affirming what's true in your spirit, even if your reality hasn't caught up yet. I am capable. I am powerful. I am evolving. Repeat it until it echoes through your being. But belief without evidence is fragile. So build proof. Look at the storms you've already survived, the heartbreaks, the setbacks, the moments when you nearly quit, but didn't. That's not luck. That's strength. Gather those wins like armor. Let them remind you of what you're made of. Then act like it. Walk like it. Speak like someone who knows they belong. When your posture changes, the world takes notice. Not because your circumstances are different, but because you are. You're not hoping for greatness. You're becoming it. One belief, one action, one day at a time. Turn pain into power through resilience. Life doesn't ask if you're ready. It simply arrives with trials, heartbreak, and unexpected storms. And when it does, your true strength is revealed, not in how you avoid the pain, but in how you rise through it. Resilience is not loud. It's not glamorous. It's the quiet grit that whispers, "Not yet. I'm not done." Consider the story of Thomas Edison. Thousands of failures, and yet he refused to surrender. He didn't see setbacks as signs to stop, but as steps toward success. "I have not failed," he said. "I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's not stubbornness. That's a mindset forged in fire. Every moment you feel crushed, betrayed, or beaten is a moment life hands you a choice. Break or build. Choose to build. Let every disappointment be the chisel that carves you into something stronger. Understand, struggle is not punishment. It is preparation. It's where warriors are made and legends are born. Pain is a teacher. Resistance is a gift. It makes you sharper, wiser, more aware of your own power. So when life presses down on you, press back harder. Don't just survive, evolve. Don't just endure, transform. Stand in the ashes of yesterday's defeat and declare, "I rise." And you will rise again and again until rising becomes second nature, until resilience becomes your default response to difficulty. You're not here to live an easy life. You're here to live a meaningful one, and that means learning how to thrive even when everything seems to be falling apart. Master your mindset. Master your world. Your mindset is the command center of your life. It's not a buzzword, it's a blueprint. Every belief you hold is a seed planted in the soil of your future. Your thoughts become roots. Your perspective becomes your path. So ask yourself, what are you planting? Your mind is a garden. Tend to it carefully. If you allow fear, self-doubt, and resentment to take root, they will grow unchecked. But if you choose to water hope, courage, and strength, those thoughts will bloom. The garden you grow is the life you live. Catch yourself in the act of limitation. Uproot every thought that begins with "I can't." Replace it with truth. Speak to yourself like someone worth believing in, because you are. Train your mind like an athlete trains the body, with discipline, with clarity, with purpose. The greatest among us weren't born with perfect lives. They were born with imperfect minds, and they chose to master them. They reframed setbacks into lessons, turned fear into fuel, and hardship into motivation. And so can you. Feed your mind what it needs to grow. Read stories of resilience. Surround yourself with voices that lift, not lower. Fill your space with reminders of what's possible. Speak affirmations into your atmosphere. Your mind is listening. It's waiting. It's ready to rise with you. because in the end, your success will not be defined solely by what you accomplish, but by who you become while you're achieving it. Build a mind that can't be shaken, and you'll build a life that cannot be stopped. Make action your superpower. You can have dreams as big as the sky. You can have vision, passion, and ideas that light your soul on fire. But none of it matters unless you act. Nothing moves until you move. Nothing changes until you do. Action is the bridge between your imagination and your reality. The world doesn't pay attention to those who merely plan. It rewards the ones who execute, who show up, who try, who fail and try again, who keep moving while others hesitate. The tragedy isn't in failing, it's in never beginning. Start small. Start scared. Just start. Momentum doesn't come from motivation, it comes from motion. One tiny step, one uncomfortable decision, one brave moment to begin. Even when you don't feel ready, that's how confidence is built, not through perfection, but through progress. Every action is a declaration. Every step says, I believe in this enough to begin. And with each step, you become stronger, bolder, more capable. Doubt may not disappear, but it will no longer decide. Your legacy won't be defined by what you thought about. It will be etched in what you did. So write that chapter. Launch that idea. Speak that truth. Move, act, do. Because in the end, it's not about what you could have been. It's about what you chose to become. Ready to act on this? Then take your first step. Like, subscribe, and follow so we keep pushing forward together. Your future deserves it. Drop "I am ready" in the comments if you're done playing small and ready to walk boldly into the unknown.